Today's third quarter moon in Aquarius brings in new possibilities. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Friday, May 12th. So excited to be here. And we've got a moon in Aquarius all day today. Was in Aquarius yesterday as well. And you might know that Aquarius is a fixed sign. So it's in a square to the sun, which is currently in Taurus, and forms that square in the morning, my time. I'm on US Pacific time. And that third quarter square signifies that we are exactly 3 quarters through the moon cycle. So this particular moon cycle began with a solar eclipse in very late Aries, just as the sun and moon were both making their shift into Taurus. So we have also some Taurus energy connected with this moon cycle. Taurus is about grounding. It's about connecting with the earth. It's also about manifestation and results and things being tangible. So it's our actions, which is Aries, our actions, which make things tangible, and how we carry out those actions, how we show up in the world, how we do what we do. All of that is a theme of this particular moon cycle that culminated with last Friday's lunar eclipse, in Scorpio. So that lunar eclipse in Scorpio brought in the energy of Scorpio, which is about mystery, power, transformation, deeper truth, releasing old ways of being in a transformational process, like a metamorphosis. So we're letting go, we're releasing some things that no longer work for us, and that is creating the space for us to bring in the new, right? So if you aren't focused on the new things that you want, then you're not taking advantage of this powerful energy of change. So the third quarter moon is going to bring some additional pressure. When the moon is square the sun, which is what happens, a 90-degree relationship. What happens during the first quarter moon and the third quarter moon, there's a square between the moon and the sun, one when the moon is waxing and the other when the moon is waning. And this one is while the moon is waning. So there's a pressure, a need to steer, to make a choice, to take the wheel and make a decision based on what's important to us. So notice, pay attention in your life. Where is something showing up that is asking you to either make a decision or shift your thinking about it? And it's going to be part of this bigger story of the transformation that we're going through. So this phase of the story, this phase of the moon cycle, is about really how we're integrating, how we're implementing, especially with Aquarius, how we're implementing in terms of our thinking and our access to new ways of thinking, new ideas, new thoughts coming through, new possibilities based on new thinking. So you might be asked to shift your thinking, and that third quarter is exact morning again. My time, I think East Coast, it's going to be around noon, early afternoon, somewhere in there. So with that pressure to integrate something, there might be a need to change your thinking, to bring in new ways of thinking. And we talked yesterday, I was sharing some ideas about how to clear your mind, to make room for new ways of thinking to occur to you. So that's where we want to start. And that was a great review of how to do that. And then also just thinking about, noticing what thoughts you're having, noticing what is showing up and what is asking you to change the ways that you are thinking about things. So as you go through your life, it's like just noticing, that's the way I always have thought about that. maybe there's a different way of thinking about it. That's the possibility, the opportunity here with this third quarter moon. We're integrating, we're implementing, we're putting things in motion and in place based on how we are transforming. So what we're becoming, what we're changing into, and that reemergence, that rebirth. We also, of course, have Pluto retrograde, and I had a video about Pluto retrograde last Sunday, so you can check that out. But what does it mean when the planet of power and truth is going backward through the zodiac? It's taking us back through some places of transformation that we may need to get right or do again. So check out that video. But also we have Mercury retrograde still. It's going to go direct here pretty soon, but that Mercury retrograde is also reminding us to go back over places we've already been, reconsider our thinking, reconsider, maybe you put a plan into place, or you wrote something a certain way, or you told someone something, and now you're like, you know what, that doesn't really match or vibe with who I'm becoming. And so you may want to go back and change it, or call that person up and say, no, even though I told you this, I really have a new way of thinking about it. And I want to change, the things that I told you, or the decisions we made, or whatever. I want to revisit that, right? Let's review, let's take another look at it, because that's where the power is right now. And especially with this third quarter moon asking us to step up our game, shake things up, and step into new possibilities that are emerging in our consciousness, both individually and collectively. All right, there you go. Thank you so much for being here, and for following me on this journey of the moon cycle. And we're always somewhere in some moon cycle. So thanks so much for being here. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I'm Marina Ormes, and thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel and supporting my work. Tell your friends, let them know what's going on here, because maybe it's helpful to you. And I know it's helpful to many of you because you've been sharing your thoughts. So I love to hear from you. And if you're interested in working with me through a private session or a mini reading, check it out at astrologyheals.com. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.